So you want me to check another bag? This happened some 6 or so years ago. I was flying on my favorite low-cost airline to Geneva with my family. We could get everything into one suitcase. But it was 23 kilograms. The limit was 20 kilograms. The actual limits may have been slightly different. Paying for excess baggage was really expensive. And we did not want to put things in 2 suitcases as we were traveling a lot by train in Switzerland. There was a cheaper way: book 2 bags instead of paying for the excess. And just use one. The rules for 2 bags were total less than 20 kilograms each. And no bag heavier than 25 kilograms. Perfect. However, the woman on the check-in desk did not agree. You've booked 2 bags. You need 2 bags. You cannot do this, despite the fact we had done it before. I won't let you travel today. QMC. I asked my wife for the empty plastic carrier bag she had in her handbag. I presented it to the check-in woman and said that this was our second bag. Tumbleweed seemed to blow around us for many seconds in the silence that followed. Oh, all right then, she said, just this once. Only problem I have ever had with them. Great. Imagine the nightmare it might have caused had she actually had to check a plastic grocery bag and it got lost. Went to the hill country of Thailand with my tour group. There was no weight restriction going in, but there was one leaving. Probably because it was a tourist area and people brought back stuff. Let's say the limit was 25. My suitcase was 25.5. The clerk said she'd have to charge me for the additional weight. As I went to open the suitcase to take something out, she stopped me and sent me through. It was so little weight that she knew I'd easily get under the limit by putting on a jacket, and it wasn't worth me holding up the line when there were more profitable suckers with heavier loads waiting. So the total for both bags must be no greater than 40 kilograms, and no one bag could be more than 25 kilograms? Seems like it could have been a person who was just serious about their job. Which is respectable. Many people cut corners for simplicity. But that doesn't make the rule follower the bad guy. Okay. General rule of thumb as an airline employee in the US. Bags cannot be more than 50 pounds. Without getting surcharged for an overweight bag. Most airlines will give you 2 pounds grace weight, 23 kilograms. Unless it's a baggage-restricted destination. Those are 50 pounds only. First-class customers may get a 70 pounds weight allowance. But connecting airlines can refuse to accept a bag over 70 pounds. Carry-on bags are generally not weighed in the US. But they are in Europe and Asia, usually under 15 kilogram. Some international tickets will have a baggage allowance. 1 or 2 bags. But you cannot check one bag over the 52/23 of a kilogram weight limit of a bag instead of checking 2 bags. I tell people, it's cheaper to pay for a second or third bag rather than pay the overweight bag fee. Overweight bag fees can range from $75 to $400.00. Also, some bags really should never be used as checked bags. IKEA bags, don't use them. Expandable canvas bags with the wheeled platform. Overload them and they come apart. I saw a very reasonably priced wagon wheel in upstate New York that I knew my mom would like for her Western-themed decorations. I called the airline to see if I could check it in for my flight home to California. They said as long as it doesn't exceed the weight limit, we could just check it at the counter as one of our bags. We weighed it and it was just under. So we purchased it, put it in the trunk of the car, and drove with it back to New York City. We covered it in newspaper and bubble wrap. It was pretty big. It was also heavy enough to pop the bubbles when we rolled it up to the airport counter. Definitely got the clerk's attention. She said we couldn't bring it. We told her we checked with the airline prior. She looked into it and eventually accepted it. When we landed at home and waited at the luggage carousel, there was suddenly a large boom as the wheel had just come down the ramp. Everyone turned and looked, trying to figure out what it was. We calmly walked to the carousel, lifted the wheel off of it, and the entire crowd laughed as we rolled it away. You could still hear some of the bubble wrap popping. My guess for the reasoning here on the part of the check-in is that you booked 2 bags, and therefore they have it on record as you having 2 bags. For insurance reasons, they have to take in 2 bags. If you only check in 1, then it would be possible for you to claim at the other end that one of the bags was lost, and that would be an insurance claim for you. I may have worded the above a bit poorly, but I hope you get the gist of what I am saying. If you are close to the weight, you might ask them when was the last time they calibrated their scale. Because using your calibrated scale at home, the bag was within tolerance. Some counter people have let me through with this rationale if they cannot find the calibration label quickly on their own scale. The weight limit exists to make sure that it's not too hard on the guys who have to pick up the suitcases and move them around. This slightly confuses me. Total less than 20 kilograms each. And no bag heavier than 25 kilograms, so each bag has to be less than 20 kilograms, but also it cannot be heavier than 25 kilograms. But if it has to be less than 20 kilograms, then isn't stating it also has to be less than 25 kilograms extraneous? When I traveled, I packed 2 compression bags. One of the bags I was willing to chuck to make weight. This was back when you could get away with a hidden city ticket and it was important to not check your bag. Geneva Airport is horrible. People balance their trays for bags and medals on Bin's nauseated face. Yeah, no. She can change that statement to this time and everyone afterwards so you don't get me in trouble. Sheesh, airport people. Do your freaking jobs.
WW.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.